What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another episode of the weekly musings of a digital marketing entrepreneur. I'm Mark Clifford. I run the digital growth agency Online Digital, as you may well know by now. This is week 3 of this kind of video diary kind of format that we're going with, and I really just want this kind of channel and these kind of videos that go out weekly on a Saturday for people to come and kind of understand the space a little bit better and just sit with their thoughts, especially if you are in the digital marketing space, in the agency space, or just in the business space in general, and kind of understand that a lot of the feelings and thoughts that probably go through your head are normal. You're not the only person to go through it, and just a space that we can all sit and enjoy, and it feels like you're having a chat with someone on a Saturday. As always, if you like these videos, if you like the content I put out, please do like and subscribe to the channel. It does go a long way in helping me and obviously knowing how to best support you guys, which is obviously the objective of what I do. So first off, how's the week been for you? I hope it's been great. I hope that there's been not too many stressors or detractors away from the main focus, which is obviously serving your clients the best you possibly can, and obviously attracting new business to yourself as well. This week for us has been a bit of a mixed bag, if I'm honest. It's notoriously a tough time of year for business and for me personally, and this week has been challenging, to say the least, but challenging in a good way. It's currently just before 10 a.m. on Saturday when I'm recording this, and we've just signed another client on a Saturday morning. So the stresses of this week have been worthwhile. There are currently around about £40,000 worth of contracts that are out and waiting to be signed and come back. There is another one that we are hopefully sending this week for $50,000. And there is a strong opportunity for a commercial agreement between us and a major e-commerce brand for 7 figures over 5 years. So although this week has been a challenge and has been a major push out of our comfort zone, it's been worthwhile, and I probably look dog tired, and I apologise for that, but here we go. Cheers to you and cheers to coffee. So that's how my week has kind of gone. I don't actually have any points written in my diary this week. I've been quite bad with it, and I suppose that is the kind of first point that I have. Is talking about your consistency and your action. So building consistency over time is what makes great businesses, what makes companies, what ultimately leads us to succeed, is those small, boring, monotonous, tedious actions repeated time and time again are the ones that help us succeed. And this week I failed that in terms of my diary, but I do still have obviously points to talk about. So just trying to make that a routine is something that I need to be better at this week, and I hope that obviously you guys can think of something pretty much straight away that you're like, okay, actually I know I need to be doing this, but I haven't been as consistent this week as I should have been. Here's what I could do about it. And then the other thing comes down to perfect versus imperfect in action. So like I said, it's just before 10 a.m. on Saturday. I haven't written any points in my diary so far, and yet here I am still recording my weekly musings for you guys and just taking imperfect action. The short term of it is, I may stumble in this video, I may come to a bit of a block, I may make myself look like a bit of a dick, but long term, I've still got the video done. I'm still building up that consistency and those repeated actions that, build channels and build businesses and all those good kind of things. So I think sometimes it's better to just get the work done and it not be perfect than, trip over the idea of perfection, because if we wait for the perfect time to start, it's never going to come. I have a good friend of mine in the agency space, and we have been doing this job or this endeavor the exact same amount of time. He messaged me this week. he's back down to 0 clients and 0 revenue. And, we've been through a couple of the same coaching programs, we've had some of the same mentors, and because he sits there and tries to over perfect everything rather than just doing it, he's still in the same position he was 3 years ago. Now, he's been in the position where he's had, really, really good clients, and I genuinely believe in terms of results, he's got some of the best that I've seen out there. When he was working with a client not too long ago, the client he was working with just got greedy in the end, thought that they could turn over 7-figure profits from their ads by themselves, and quite evidently can't, and have burnt their relationship with him just because of greed. So if you are reading this or listen to this, and you probably won't know that I'm talking about you, but you're a dick if you've done that to him. But because he doesn't keep taking those repeated actions day in, day out, and he just overthinks things and plans for things that never happen and then never executes on those plans, he's still in the same position he is, where I make mistakes every single day in my agency, whether that is on sales calls or discovery meetings or client meetings or in accounts or on web builds or with logos or anything. Every day I make a mistake, and every day I learn from it, and I still move forward and still can earn a good, honest living from just making my mistakes and learning from it. Another big mistake I made this week was shaving off my beard, because it's revealed how spotty I am underneath, how fat my chins actually are, and maybe look about 10 years younger, which I suppose is never a bad thing, but there we go. So I always believe that imperfect action is better than just waiting for the perfect time, because if you wait for the perfect time to start, you will never start, and you will be sat there on your deathbed going, I wish, which is something that none of us want. Time is another thing that I've touched on this week, and time is probably the most valuable thing that I have. You could give me all the money in the world. You could give me a marriage to Taylor Swift. You can give me the supercars, the nice houses, all the beautiful things that I've already got. The nice jewelry, the nice house, the beautiful fiance, the caring family. Nothing is more important to me than my time. And I can't really stress this enough to people. I don't get that time back. So the 8 minutes that I've spent recording this video already, I'm not going to get that 8 minutes back, but I value the time that I sit and I spend with you guys on a Saturday. If I am spending time sat waiting in the car to pick my fiance up, which is something that I do an awful lot, yes, I can work from my phone, I can get emails done, I can get calls done, but it's not my time best spent. If you're sat entertaining sales calls because you're coming from a place of desperation, and you know that it's not the best fit, and you're underselling your services, or people are trying to get freebies, then you know that is not the best use of your time. We only get one go at this. This 8 minutes that we've spent together now, we are never going to get back. So is this how you want to be spending your time? I mean, I don't know. It may be. I kind of hope not. I kind of hope that you're out there taking, massive action for your goals, or, going on those trips and spending time with your family and doing those things that are important to you, because this isn't a dress rehearsal. We don't get this time back at all. And the average human lifespan is about 80,000 hours, I think, around about 80,000 hours. And I want to look back on that 80,000 hours, and I don't want to look at the big moments, because those big moments in my life of starting a business and getting married and all these kind of things, all these big massive milestones that you get to, will actually only equate to around 150 to 200 hours of your 80,000. And I don't want to spend my life sat there chasing those 150 hours out of those 80,000. I want to be there. I want to be present in the little moments. When my fiance wakes up and she makes me a cup of coffee in the morning, or Like tonight, she's in a parade with her kids that she dances with and that she teaches. I can't wait to go and see that because it's something that she enjoys and I enjoy seeing her doing. It's those conversations with my parents that I'll never get to have again, and those conversations with my parents that I grow up and I learn from and I cherish. It's the times spent with my friends in the little moments, whether it's, recently we've been trying on suits for the wedding, or playing on the Xbox with my mates and catching up over a weekend. All those really little things that we do daily but take for granted, and that's the kind of things that I want to cherish, and I want to spend my time doing those kind of things. And I think I'm a bit more appreciative of it now, having been in the military. And this is kind of the next point that I want to touch on. And this comes from, it ties into time and it ties into mental health. So, as you may be aware, November is Movember, and men all around the world, I was doing it, but I just got frustrated with it. I have donated to Movember, so don't worry or shout me or say I don't actually care, because that couldn't be further from the truth. I just was sick of facial hair. And it's basically Movember is a movement that, men are raising awareness for men's health, and in particular, the big focus seems to be men's mental health. Now, mental health is the biggest killer of men under the age of 35. Every 22 minutes, a man will take his life, and that is absolutely harrowing. No, sorry, 22. I think it's 22 men a day. 22 men a day will take their own life. That's 22 fathers, 22 brothers, sons, fiancés, cousins, boyfriends, life partners that see no other option to their problems, their worries, their anxieties, than to end their own life and leave this absolute trail of destruction behind them, because they are very, very loved individuals, and people care about them, and it leaves this massive trail of destruction behind. And I'm getting quite emotional saying this. And today specifically is Men's Mental Health Awareness Day, or International Men's Day, whatever you want to call it. And this is where the time element comes into it. I've had several friends who have decided to cut their own time short, and it's very, very sad. These are good people who have gone through life and haven't done anything particularly wrong, and maybe been dealt a bad hand, or have been exposed to various kinds of traumas, especially in the military, which is, something that we do get exposed to quite an awful lot, or, have just not really known how to process their feelings and taken their times out. I've lost colleagues, dear friends, people that I went to school with, and every single one of them, I would have sat there and listened to their problems. And I think if someone had just told them that there is people there that listen and care. But that's several of my friends that have cut their time short, that don't get that 80,000 hours. And I think that makes me appreciate that a little bit more. That tomorrow isn't given, and that anything could happen. And that we need to respect and appreciate those times that we have with people we care about a lot more often, and a lot more. And it also makes me appreciate my time and the things that I have a little bit more as well. So those who know me intimately, and my closest family and friends, many of who do watch the channel every week, know that I've tried to take my own life in the past through the various traumas and things that I've been through, and it makes me regret those decisions massively, and the invariable trauma of everyone who has gone through that with me, and my parents finding me unconscious with a very weak pulse on their bathroom floor, having vomited after taking a huge overdose, to my girlfriend or my fiance coming home and find myself that I'd stabbed myself in the chest, All those, times that I've tried to do that, it makes me regret, and it makes me appreciate those people I've got around me more. Many of you are watching this, and even ladies as well, because I do know I have several female viewers on the channel. If you are watching this, there are some links down below and some numbers that you can call if you are experiencing trouble with your mental health. I also want anyone watching this to know that you can reach out to me. I leave my social links down below. There's my personal Facebook and my Instagram as well, and obviously on the channel. If you need to talk, please reach out. I genuinely go through my message requests every day, so it won't be left unanswered too long. But I've also put a list of resources down below on this video that if you want to talk to someone anonymously, you can. And that there are people that care and that will listen. And I just want you all to know that you are incredibly, incredibly special people. You are cared for, you are loved, and you are adored by your friends and family out there. No matter if they tell you that or not, you are loved. The world is a better place with you in it. And the impact you are going to have on this world is going to be incredible. And if you are struggling, and you're sat here and you're still struggling, but you're going through and you're trying to be a better person every day, and you're trying to get better for the things that you care about and the people that you care about, then I'm proud of you. And congratulations on making it through what has probably been another tough week. I'm incredibly, incredibly proud of you. So that's kind of it for this week, my musings. It's quite an emotional one. I don't know how I've not cried through that. And I think the important message is be fucking nice to each other, be kind, look after yourself, prioritise yourself, respect your time more than anything in the world, and respect the time that you have with others. Have a great week. If you have enjoyed this video, please do leave a like, a comment and a subscribe. And if you need anything, please reach out. I hope to see you all next week. I love you all. Have a fantastic week and speak to you soon.